why are there not more people talking about the new Crow movie? And The Crow, a name synonymous with gothic revenge, tragic love, and a visual style that's as haunting as it is beautiful. 2024 marks the return of the iconic character born from James O'Barr's graphic novel in a bold new reimagining simply titled The Crow. This time, Eric Draven is gone, replaced by a new soul-seeking retribution musician Eric Reyes, brought to life by name of the actor playing Eric Reyes in The Crow 2024. Reyes, murdered alongside his fiancée, finds himself resurrected by the mystical Crow, a guide and avatar of vengeance. His mission right the wrongs done to him and his love in a city drowning in its own darkness. Fans of the original might be skeptical, and rightfully so. The Crow, 1994, wasn't just a film, it was a phenomenon forever marked by the tragedy of Brandon Lee. This new adaptation doesn't shy away from that legacy. It acknowledges it, respects it, but ultimately seeks to carve its own path. The question is, can it escape the shadow of the original and become a worthy successor? Can it capture the raw emotion, the brutal poetry that made The Crow a cult classic? That's what we're here to dissect. Buckle up, because this ride gets dark. Let's address the elephant in the room. No one can replace Brandon Lee. His performance as Eric Draven was iconic, fueled by a raw intensity and tragic real-life circumstance that forever intertwined man and character. Name of the actor playing Eric Reyes in The Crow 2024 doesn't try to imitate Lee. Instead, he brings his own tortured energy to Eric Reyes. While he might lack Lee's immediate magnetic screen presence, name of the actor playing Eric Reyes in The Crow 2024 inhabits Reyes with a quiet rage that simmers beneath the surface, occasionally erupting in bursts of violence. The supporting cast holds their own as well. Name of the actress playing the new Shelley is heartbreaking, as Reyes' ill-fated fiancée. Name of the character who is the new Shelley. Her on-screen chemistry with name of the actor playing Eric Reyes in The Crow 2024 is palpable, making their characters bond and the subsequent loss all the more impactful. Name of the actor playing the main villain. Choose scenery with villainous glee as name of the main villain, the ruthless crime lord responsible for Reyes' demise. He's a menacing presence, a perfect foil to Reyes' brooding anti-hero. The performances, while not all perfect, are compelling enough to draw you into this new chapter of The Crow. Visually, 2024's The Crow is a feast for the eyes. Director, name of the director of The Crow 2024, pays homage to the original film's gothic aesthetic while injecting their own unique flavor. The film is drenched in darkness and shadows with splashes of vibrant color used sparingly to striking effect. The cityscape is a character in itself, a grimy, rain-soaked labyrinth of neon signs and decaying buildings, a breeding ground for the corruption Reyes seeks to cleanse. Where director Alex Proyas's 1994 film felt grounded in a gritty, almost fantastical realism, this new iteration leans more into graphic novel aesthetics. The action sequences are balletic and brutal, enhanced by CGI but never overwhelmed by it. Name of the director of The Crow. 2022-24 understands the visual language of The Crow and utilizes it to craft a world that feels both familiar and new. At its core, The Crow has always been a story about love transcending death, about the consuming nature of grief and the seductive allure of revenge. This new film doesn't shy away from these themes. In fact, it explores them with a surprising amount of depth. Reyes' journey is more than just a revenge quest. It's a struggle to hold on to his humanity, to reconcile his desire for vengeance with the love that binds him to both his past life and his mission. The film grapples with the idea that sometimes the line between good and evil blurs, and even in death, there are consequences to our actions. It's a testament to the writers that they managed to weave these complex themes into a story that is still, at its heart, a thrilling revenge tale. Section 5, a soundtrack for the soul in pain. Music has always been a crucial part of The Crow's DNA, and this new installment is no different. The soundtrack, a blend of brooding electronica, hard rock, and haunting ballads, perfectly complements the on-screen action. It's the kind of soundtrack that seeps into your bones, heightening the emotional impact of key scenes. While it lacks the immediate iconic status of The Cure's Burn from the original, The new film's music creates an atmosphere all its own, a sonic landscape that's both haunting and beautiful. The use of name of a specific band or song featured in the movie during mention a specific scene where the music is used effectively is particularly effective, perfectly capturing the character's emotional state. Section 6. Moments etched in shadow and light. The Crow 2024 is full of memorable moments, but a few in particular stand out without spoiling too much. The scene where describe a specific scene without revealing major spoilers is both visually stunning and emotionally gut-wrenching. It's a testament to name of the director of The Crow 2024's skill as a filmmaker, and name of the actress's acting prowess. Another standout sequence is describe another scene without revealing spoilers. It's a masterclass in tension building, culminating in a cathartic release of violence that's as brutal as it is beautiful. These moments, and others like them, elevate The Crow 2024 from a simple revenge flick to something more nuanced and emotionally resonant. Section 7. To Fly or Fall, comparing the legacy. It's impossible to talk about The Crow 2024 without comparing it to its predecessor. The 1994 film wasn't just a movie, it was a cultural phenomenon, forever etched in cinematic history. This new iteration wisely chooses not to directly compete with the original. It acknowledges the legacy, pays homage to it, but ultimately carves its own path. It's a different beast altogether, sleeker, more stylized, and perhaps a tad less raw than its predecessor. Some purists might bemoan the changes, but for those willing to embrace a new take on a familiar story, The Crow 2024 offers a visually stunning and emotionally engaging experience. It might not reach the cult status of the original, but it's a worthy successor that stands on its own merits. Section 8. Strengths where The New Crow soars. The Crow 2024 soars highest in its visual storytelling. The film is a visual feast, oozing with style and atmosphere. The action sequences are brutal ballets, choreographed with precision and enhanced by stunning visual effects. The world building is top-notch, creating a believable, lived-in city that feels like a character itself. Performances are another strong suit. While no one can replace Brandon Lee, the actor playing Eric Reyes in The Crow. 2024 brings his own brand of tortured intensity to the role. The supporting cast is equally impressive, breathing life into characters that could have easily been one-dimensional. Section 9. Weaknesses where the wings falter. While visually impressive and well acted, The Crow 2024 does stumble in a few areas. The pacing can feel uneven at times, with certain plot points feeling rushed while others drag a bit. And while the film attempts to explore deeper themes, it doesn't always delve as deep as it could. The soundtrack, while good, lacks the immediate punch of the original. It's serviceable, but it doesn't quite reach the iconic status of its predecessor. These are minor quibbles, however, in an otherwise solid film. Section 10. Final verdict, a worthy successor. The Crow 2024 is a worthy successor to The Mantle, even if it doesn't quite reach the lofty heights of the original. It's a visually stunning, action-packed thrill ride with a surprising amount of heart. While it stumbles in a few areas, its strengths far outweigh its weaknesses. If you're a fan of the original, go in with an open mind and you'll find plenty to enjoy. And if you're new to The Crow, this is a solid entry point into a dark and fascinating world. Section 11. Will the Crow fly again? The ending of The Crow 2024 leaves the door open for further exploration of this world and its mythology. Whether or not we'll see another installment remains to be seen, but one thing is certain: the legend of The Crow lives on. This new film proves that there are still stories to be told within this dark and gritty universe. Stories that can honor the legacy of the original while carving their own unique path. The Crow may have flown for now, but something tells me this isn't the last we've seen of him.